I'm smoking on your top 5 tonight. I'm smoking on your top 5. Terence Bud Crawford says shaking my head at his former promoter, Bob Arum. Interesting stuff. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest boxing. I'm the best in the business. Terence Crawford, he pretty much shakes his head and kind of takes a shot at former promoter, Top Rank's Bob Arum. I'm going to talk about that in this video. Subscribe. Now, Jake Paul, I made a video about it yesterday, so you guys got to check that video for the latest and greatest in boxing. Jake Paul pretty much took a shot at Bob Arum as well, because Bob Arum dunked on female boxing. He basically said, and I'm just going to say it in layman's terms or paraphrase, that no one really cares about women's boxing. This was in response to the question that his event with Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson looks like there's going to be a scheduling clash on the same night as Undisputed with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. So Bob Arum used this opportunity to basically suggest that who cares? You know, I'm not worried about it. It's not real competition to what we're doing because no one cares about women's boxing, which is, you know, it's not true, first of all. And it sounds sexist, it sounds chauvinist, but, you know, Bob Arum, I think, is at that age where he's 90, you know, 89, 90. He just, you know, he's going to be who he's going to be and say what he's going to say and don't care who he offends. Now, Jake Paul responded, check that video out. Terence Crawford pretty much responds as well. Kenichi! Now, what I was saying was, the funny thing is, Bob Arum taking this shot, and he actually has a female fighter that they've been pushing, Mikaela Mayer. Jake Paul posted this, and this was the 2022 goals of female fighters signed with Top Rank, Mikaela Mayer. And she says she wants to become undisputed, right? So she says New Year's 2022 goals: 1, go undisputed at 130 pounds. 2, then move up to fight Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano at 135. 3, make my debut in the UK. So this was, I'm assuming, late 2021 posted goals for 2022 for top ranked fighter Mikaela Mayer. And Jake Paul, he posted this. He says, Mikaela Mayer, goal number 2 is not possible as your promoter, Bob Arum, doesn't think that people care about women's boxing. So he will never pay you what you or your opponent deserves. And then Jake Paul tagged Terence Crawford and says, Terence Crawford knows all about this. To which Terence Crawford responded and posted this on his story. And it just says, shaking my head. So, you know, this is a bad look. Like, I don't know if Bob Arum thought, and so you can see this is on Terence Crawford 14 minutes ago. This is on Terence Crawford's verified social media. So all in all, I think that's a bad look. You know, Bob should probably come out, but he probably won't. You know, know what we know about Bob Arum. But at the end of the day, when you have a statement that's ruffling feathers, and it's not in a good way, because, you know, there's times where they're going to say things that are opinionated and people take it the wrong way, just being sensitive. You know, what he said wasn't really right. You know, at the end of the day, to generalize women's boxing, a sport that they've struggled for equality, struggled to try to get anywhere close to equal pay. It's just in the society we live in, that's not a good statement to have made, in my honest opinion. So it's interesting. Bob Arum is being sued by Terence Crawford. That's why Jake Paul said that. I've made several videos about this. And Terence Crawford is alleging that revolting racial bias has hurt his career from the same people, Top Rank and Bob Arum. So you don't want to be known for all this particular slander against certain groups. But Bob Arum, like I said, Bob is Bob. He goes around and he's been in the game longer than anybody else. So maybe he feels entitled and feels privileged where he can say these things, but it's not looking good. You know, it's not looking good in the sense of people are responding negatively to it. And again, the funny thing to me is this: you got a female fighter, Mikaela Mayer, And what do fighters like that even feel about their promoter saying nobody gives a good goddamn about women's boxing, and you're a woman's boxer who wants to become undisputed and all these goals and wants to fight the winner of the fight he says nobody really pays attention to or wants to care. So, you know, Michaela Mayer might be in the same position in the future as Terence Crawford, saying, hey, you know, I wasn't afforded certain opportunities because I was a woman. So, you know, we'll see how it plays. Another thing to note that's really interesting is PBC in general, they don't have that many women's fights on, like in general. Like they've had Amanda Serrano on and things like that, but in general, they don't have maybe as many as like Eddie Hearn or some of the other people have done. And you've never heard a comment like this come from PBC side. Like I haven't heard someone from Premier Boxing Champions say such a malicious and gender bias comment, and they don't even really have that many fights with female fighters to the point where who are you going to offend? But to hear Top Rank have Michaela Mayer and she just unified, it just almost certainly signifies that you're not going to be made a priority, you know? Or maybe Bob Arum can come out and clarify his statements on why he said that. But from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like, just like what Crawford is complaining about for a different reason, but it looks like one and the same. If they don't want to make you a priority, then they're not going to make you a priority for whatever reason. So that's not a good stigma to have, in my honest opinion. And again, it's funny that PBC doesn't even really have that many women's fights, but you've never heard him come out of pocket and say something like that, versus Bob Arum has Michaela Mayer. And then now you got Jake Paul, and he's rebuttaling and saying, hey, man, you'll never get that opportunity because your own promoter don't want to pay you and he don't care about women's boxing, you know? So let me know what you guys think. We'll see what happens with Terence Crawford's lawsuit with Top Rank. I'm the best in the business, so you don't want to miss anything. Subscribe. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.